Coming up on this edition of Carolina Insider,
it's really hard and do not...
how student nicotine habits could be a growing concern in South Carolina. Also ahead, how living with a food allergy can be detrimental to student health at USC. But first, the celebration continues after the women's basketball team takes the victory. Carolina Insider starts now. Hello, and thank you for joining us. I'm Macaila Bogle. Our top story today, another win for the women's basketball program. Senior Camila Cardoso will be joining the Chicago Sky after the team took her as the third pick in this week's WNBA draft. Joining alongside her will be Angel Reese from LSU, who went 7th. Cardoso and Reese have been known to scuffle on the court, but neither seemed the least bit stressed over being picked for the same team. Speaking of celebrations, fans of the women's team filled the streets of downtown Columbia for an action-packed parade this weekend. Coach Dawn Staley and the national champion players rode down Main Street Sunday to a cheering crowd. Gamecock spirit teams were there too, and the Carolina band performed on the steps of the State House. Everyone reveled in the historic moment. The Gamecocks are one of only 10 teams to ever go undefeated through an entire season. Also in sports, some USC students are getting some much-needed rest after their behind-the-scenes look into one of the biggest golf tournaments of the year. Every April, a select group of students intern at the Masters in Augusta. The internship offers professional networking opportunities, plus the chance to see players like Tiger Woods in person. Students worked in all areas like food service and retail as part of a program with the School of Hospitality, Sports, and Retail Management. In health news, an increased nicotine use by Gen Zers is creating concerns for some medical professionals. Here with that story, in the news, is Carolina Insider's Destini Austin. Destini?
Thanks, Macaila. New research shows some alternatives to cigarettes are posing a risk to young adults. Products like Zane pouches and disposable vapes are making the move to quit a battle. According to the Journal of American Medicine, vaping increased 21% between 2013 to 2021. During that time, cigarette use decreased by the same amount. While some believe vaping is less dangerous, studies show products like these can be harmful to developing brains. I talked to some students on campus to see how they felt about their smoking habits.
I know some people now who are struggling with the repercussions of it, because before it was oh, it's a fun thing to do.
It messed me up, and I'm still on it right now trying to get off it.
I kind of just think it's not good for your health. I run, so I try not to destroy my lungs.
For those of you who are unfamiliar with Zyn pouches, they are little packets of nicotine that people put between their cheek and gum. They've been on the market for 10 years, but the Federal Drug Administration has yet to approve them. They've become very popular amongst college students. Back to you, Macaila.
Thanks, Destini. Finally today, if you're not a smoker and you're wondering why you're coughing so much right now, it's not just your imagination. The pollen is worse this season. According to the Asthma and Allergy Foundation of America, global warming is causing a rise in airborne allergens. But as our Emma Connelly explains, that's not the only type of allergy causing headaches for students.
Allergies to ingredients like gluten, dairy, nuts, and eggs can be life-threatening to students, not knowing whether foods they buy at retail locations on campus contain those allergens. This is a daily battle for students like sophomore Rachel Lanning.
I have to learn is to always check and make sure. I have allergic reactions often. I had one over the weekend to a bagel. I just didn't know.
Not knowing the ingredients to retail food items isn't the only problem students are facing.
According to the Center for Disease Control, nearly 1 in 3 adults have an allergy of some kind. Nutritionists say that it's important for everyone to have a balanced diet, regardless of allergies. And the university claims to have proper accommodations for students that have severe food allergies.
Lindsay Weaver is a registered dietitian working in a local hospital.
All school staff should be trained about the dangers of food allergens to students who live with food allergies.
The university has dietitians and nutritionists in addition to dining hall leadership. A section of the dining website is dedicated to resources for students with allergies, including the ability to make an appointment with a nutritionist or dietitian. Students feel those resources are inadequate or, in some cases, absent altogether.
What made it difficult was that there just weren't enough options to find foods that didn't also make me feel ill.
Students like Rachel continue to struggle regardless of accommodations. Living with a food allergy is life-altering. For support with diets and nutrition, students can visit the Student Center for Health and Well-Being. For Carolina Insider, I'm Emma Connelly.
That's it for this edition of Carolina Insider, a student production here in the Kennedy Greenhouse studio in the School of Journalism and Mass Communications. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow.